Hi, this is Shadi. Today we're going to be talking about karate and its conditioning in old school ways. There is footage of Funakoshi himself doing karate and his students and how they conditioned themselves. And we see a lot of judo techniques and exercises where they're climbing the rope, which is great for gripping and the core. Of course, running the stairs, holding your teammate, and doing all sorts of exercises, etc. But the stuff that we're going to see today is completely different. But before that, please don't forget to check out my book, The Origins and History of Judo, a translation of a manuscript from 1903, translated in both English and French, and of course, coupled with modern Japanese. Thank you. So, of course, we know that today's karate is a striking art, and if you drill the basics with a little bit of resistance, so here, for example, on the limb, there is weights. Of course, it's going to make you stronger and faster when you do it with no weights. Here, this core exercise, as you do with your partner, it looks like a guard slam drill, but trust me, it will work your core and your posture, your back muscles. We did this in Kodokan. It was really grueling. Here, of course, the makiwara, little bit of micro injuries or micro, in French it's fissure. It will strengthen the knuckles. Not too big of an injury, of course. You don't want to break your hand, but you make enough damage. Not only it will strengthen the bone, but also you're training your technique. Of course, there's these regular exercises like squats and push-ups. And here, this one looks incredible. Imagine now you're a parent of today's generation and you walk and you see your kids. I bet the club will be sued into oblivion. And of course, at the advanced level, they usually get to this. Imagine the bone density that they had in order to do this. And here you can see this training, for example, grabbing the jars with the tip of your fingers. This works your grips wonderfully, training your wrists with the stick. Here, the standing good morning, great for balance, the core, the back, and of course, it's good for the shoulders as well as he is trying to catch the barbell. Of course, another thing that's very much neglected in many arts is ukemi. Ukemi will harden your physique and your body to hits and shocks, and we do this repeatedly. So it's very important, even in jiu-jitsu, which I know that they don't do. Look at this one here. This one is very interesting. Let's see it again. So it looks a bit like the kata guruma of Hausinga. However, he has the other arm, which is a lot lower because it's further back, so it becomes a bit of a koshinage, but it's the same mechanics. However, it's lower. It's on the axis of the hips rather than the shoulders. So it's a bit reminiscent of this, but like I said, it's on the further back arm, which makes it not too much of a shoulder wheel, but more of a koshinage. But again, this is the same way you're throwing, but on a different axis. But look at old judo, by the way. I mean, look, they knew how to fall, they knew how to roll, and look, they kept each other safe. Look at this. He even does the regular, it looks like a somersault, but it's not. He's rolling on one shoulder, the shoulder that's grabbing the sleeve, and he is doing it on one leg, front, forward, ukemi, like you train, but you're holding them. So not only you're keeping yourself safe, but also your partner rolling them on their shoulder as well. So it's really a shame that this is all gone. So ukemi is not only hardening your physique, but also protects you. And in this case, it also protects your partner. So I know you want to click off, but just hear me out for a second. Recently, I did a podcast with Olympic therapist. He treated Diora Kaldiorova just 2 weeks before the Paris Olympics, and she almost lost her knee. So Marco Spitka brought it to him, and they talked, and he treated her. Of course, she went on to win the Olympics. He talked to me about not only just regular strength and conditioning that we do, but there's also something that will allow the joints, I mean the tendons and ligaments, to recover better. There's also a way to target them, and looking from old footage, there is stuff that the Japanese team definitely do in old judo, and also in old jiu-jitsu books, which I will share soon, and of course part of the podcast. Because it's too long, I'm clipping a little bit, but the full podcast is on my Patreon. So if you have anything to add, let me know down below. Check out the links below. This was Shadi, and thank you for listening.